What happens when love, loyalty, and legacy collide in the most painful way possible? What if the man who was once hailed as the most devoted husband in hip-hop just lost it on camera in front of his entire family? This time, it wasn't about cheating at the BET Awards or even Clarissa Shields. Rather, it was about his transgender relationship and Remy's alleged reaction, which left the entire family and social media in complete shock. Did Remy really tell him that he wasn't welcome in her home? Did she really call him a phase? Did Papoose really slap Remy Ma in front of everyone? This moment was captured on tape, and it's now leaking more quickly than Diddy's NDA vault. Instagram stories are disappearing, Twitter's on fire, and a courtroom is preparing for what is likely to be one of the most heinous family scandals in hip-hop history. And it all began with what was supposed to be a private Sunday dinner with just a few close family members: Papoose, Remy Ma, their children, and Papoose's trans son, Malik, visiting from out of state for Father's Day. However, as we've learned in the world of Remy and Papoose, there's no such thing as a quiet gathering, especially when the cameras are constantly rolling, even if unintentionally. Several anonymous insiders read, "Cousin Shantae with the good ears and cracked iPhone screen. Everything was fine until Remy Ma allegedly said, 'I don't want confusion in my house,' looking directly at Malik as he told a story from his childhood." Wait, what? Ree's words reportedly fell like a lead balloon, and Malik, who is already trying to figure out his place in a family that has made headlines for every kind of scandal imaginable, froze mid-sentence. Papoose's smile vanished and the atmosphere went silent. Even the mashed potatoes didn't move. This wasn't the first time Ree struggled to keep things politically correct. From raising eyebrows in interviews to the time she referred to Clarissa Shields as some bodybuilder chick wearing a wig, Remy has a reputation for this time. However, it was different. The disrespect was directed at her own family, not another rapper or rival. According to sources, Papoose, the peacemaker, attempted to defuse the situation by saying, "Let's not go there tonight, Rem," in that composed tone he employs just before. A heated argument breaks out. Remy may have been emboldened by that second glass of wine in her recent appearance on BET, but Buzz allegedly shot back, "He can visit, but he's not living here. This isn't what I signed up for." Let that sink in. A mother figure, someone Malik had once called Ma in childhood texts, was now drawing lines in the sand in front of the entire family and Papoose. He snapped. According to a now famous voicemail that Malik himself leaked, you can hear furniture being pushed, a plate shattering, and Papoose saying something like, "Don't ever talk to my son like that again." Then let's take a moment to think about this. Papoose, the man who supported Remy for 6 years while she was imprisoned, the man who wrote poems about patience, loyalty, and black love, the man who made us all believe in ride or die, is allegedly caught on tape slapping Remy Ma. The internet predictably collapsed within an hour, with fans posting side-by-side photos of Malik and Papoose with captions like, "While we can't confirm whether the slap was filmed or just audio recorded, we do know that by morning Malik had posted a now-deleted Instagram story that read, 'I was quiet out of respect. Not anymore, blood doesn't make you family. Thank you, Dad. Phew.' Cue the media circus, cue the podcast. Cue the conspiracy theories about whether this is a publicity stunt for some upcoming Papoose and Son Doa series. But let's be honest, even we wouldn't write something this messy for clout. We have a nosy neighbor, let's call her Miss Terry Claims, who claims to have seen Remy Ma storm out of the house with her wig halfway off and a broken bag dangling like it had just been thrown at her. She reportedly screamed, "Y'all can have each other," before jumping in a black SUV and slamming the door so hard. The neighborhood group chat was filled with people asking, was that a gunshot? It wasn't, but the emotional damage was very real. What happened next? Did Remy apologize? Did Malik pack his bags and leave? Or did Papoose regret crossing a line? This is where things get even messier. Part 2 begins right at this boiling point. We left off with Remy Ma storming out, Papoose allegedly slapping her in defense of his trans son Malik, and the internet turning into a courtroom faster than you can say, "Not the BET Awards again." However, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, they did because of that viral voicemail. It turns out that it wasn't the only thing that was recorded that night. An anonymous source calling themselves Just Here for the T89 sent multiple media outlets a 2-minute security camera clip from inside the dining room. It's blurry but chilling, and you can hear the tension. When Malik says, "I just wanted to share a memory," you hear Remy mutter, "That ain't no memory I relate to." Then clearly, Papoose' chair scrapes, and he gets up and says, "You just told my son he doesn't belong. You crossed the line." The clip ends with a sound that isn't from clapping. One of those viral TikTok pages edited it with subtitles. Dramatic music, and the caption, "Real men protect their kids." That's when the whole story turned around. What began as rumors of a family fight became a national dialogue about transgender fatherhood and the hypocrisy of celebrity image building. In a now-deleted tweet, Malik wrote, "Y'all love her bars. I loved her as a mom. I defended her when people called her aggressive. I stayed silent when she cheated on my dad, but now she wants to call me confused. Let that marinate." And guess what? The tweet was up for 8 minutes before it was deleted, which is 7 minutes and 59 seconds longer than what was required for screenshots to go viral. YouTubers posted videos dissecting Remy Ma's biggest lies, and even old rivals like Foxy. Brown and Kia began subtly teasing her on Instagram Live. Kia, never one to miss messy drama, claiming that Remy has always been envious of any attention. That's not on her, even if it's the husband showing love for his child. Malik, on the other hand, stepped up. In an exclusive interview with the small LGBTQ podcast Mic'd Up with Mecca, he talked about how he felt like an outsider in his father's house for years. He said, "Remy was never violent but always cold. It was like she saw me as an embarrassment." He said, voice breaking. "The worst part was that she only ever posted me on Father's Day to get likes for clout. I was a trophy. Son, not a real one." Remy's PR team quickly tried to control the situation by posting a vague Instagram story. Sometimes boundaries are misinterpreted. Let's go back a little, because this whole scandal has revealed more than just one explosive dinner, because new information is coming to light. If what insiders are saying is accurate, Remy Ma's relationship with Malik has always been strained, like years of tension, like allegedly trying to block him. Cardi B liked a tweet that said, "You can't preach loyalty and then throw out your steps for being authentic." The comments were filled with clown emojis, trans flags, and hashtags like #RemyMa and CED and #Malik deserves better. He refused to move back in after college, and one of Ree's former assistants, who called herself Tamika with the receipts claimed in a blind item, she made fun of him behind closed doors, calling him Princess Malik to staff, saying she didn't want RuPaul energy in her house when guests were over. And look, that's just a blind item, but given the timing, the internet went crazy because, well, maybe it's the cheating rumors. Maybe it's the Clarissa Shields triangle. Maybe it's the fact that her recent music hasn't hit as much as Chef. Or perhaps it's just the sad reality that when you present yourself as unbreakable, people can't wait to watch you crack. Yes, another leaked photo, we don't celebrate people's pain. But when that pain is the result of decisions that hurt others, especially a young trans kid trying to reconnect with his father, the public doesn't forget easily. In the meantime, Papoose appears unconcerned. He has been spotted walking hand in hand with Malik at a Brooklyn youth center. He has shared cryptic Instagram stories like, "Blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family." And he's reportedly turned down a $1 million book deal from a major publisher who wanted to explore his side of the drama. He reportedly declined a $1 million book deal from a major publisher who wanted to explore his side of the drama because, according to his manager, this isn't a story. As we move into part 3, we're facing legal threats, family division, financial fallout, and whether Remy Ma may be facing consequences far beyond public opinion, because when the smoke clears, someone always ends up standing in the ashes. However, guess who's allegedly working on a comeback? Yes, sources say she's pitching a behind-the-scenes documentary called Hard Truths. Insiders say it will cover the fallout with Malik, her evolving views, and yes, even the slap. Who knows? Who knows? Wrapped in #loyalty, #resilience, and #WIFEY goals. This thread is now hanging by a thread, but it's falling apart quickly because the drama has officially spilled out of the group chats, blogs, and even the streets straight into the courtroom. According to insiders close to the Bronx Family Law Division, Remy's former publicist, who no longer signs NDAs, Remy is currently facing a civil harassment complaint. Isn't from Malik, but rather Malik's biological mother, who says Remy has created a hostile environment that is unfit for visitation. Let that sink in. This woman, who has been out of the spotlight for more than 10 years, is now back with legal support, demanding that the court limit Remy's contact with her son. And guess who's supporting her? Yep, the same man who finds himself on the other side of a courtroom file. Although this case is still in its early stages, the documents reportedly include screenshots of Remy's direct messages and leaked audio voicemails in which she allegedly referred to Malik as Papoose's little rainbow project. Now, let's talk about PR. Remy's team is spiraling out of control. Her tour dates were quietly pulled from Ticketmaster, a bait interview was cancelled at the last minute, and a sponsorship deal with a major hair brand ended with a single email that read, "We stand with families, especially the ones that don't get televised." Her publicist attempted to pull a gentle comeback strategy, tears, apology post, donate to a cause, but Malik clapped back. Tweeted a photo of himself holding Papoose while wearing a trans flag at a Pride event. The caption read, "Don't let fake apologies rewrite real damage." The post received over 1 like. In just 8 hours, Remy received 2 million likes and over 130,000 comments. Even verified celebrities joined in the Laverne Cox heart emoji and Lil Nas X real ones, and only Keke Palmer quietly unfollowed her. At this point, Remy Ma's silence has surpassed any diss track she has ever released. Insiders claim that her silence isn't because she's choosing to heal, but rather because her lawyers have told her to stop talking before she further implicates herself. Now let's talk about money. Although Remy was never in need of money, the scandal involves costly real estate transactions. According to reports, a planned beauty brand launch, Remy Skin, has been shelved after the brand's lead chemist quit posting on LinkedIn. "I don't work for people who kick kids out of their homes." Phew, even Clarissa Shields, who you'd think would stay far away from this fiery car crash, was caught liking a shady tweet that read, "Some people preach loyalty but fold faster than wet napkins when the truth shows up at their doorstep." Oop, Papoose isn't just being praised as a protective father. He's trending weekly. Fans of Malik have created hashtag #PAPOOS eProtection Squad merchandise. And there's even a GoFundMe campaign to make Papoose Father of the Year, expectedly. It triggered a bidding war with Netflix, Hulu, and even Zeus Network reportedly circling like sharks, offering large sums of money for the rights to tell the entire story from Malik's point of view. Imagine the title raised in Reese House. Hollywood is reportedly calling, but don't be fooled by the praise and press. There is serious family damage that cannot be covered up by trending tweets. According to sources, Remy hasn't spoken to Papoose since the night of the incident. She has moved into a luxurious apartment in Midtown, living alone under the watchful eyes of 2 assistants and a loud espresso machine. Malik is back in Brooklyn with Papoose and their daughter, who is reportedly confused, quiet, and constantly asking why mommy doesn't come home. Defend her reputation, but to demand that her custody rights be re-examined because, according to reports, her legal team is preparing a counter-narrative that Papoose manipulated the footage. Malik edited the voicemail, and the entire controversy is part of a larger smear campaign against her. One leaked document even says, "It is possible that elements of the footage circulating have been altered or taken out of context. We intend to pursue defamation charges if necessary." Yes, she is going there. What comes next? Papoose hasn't publicly responded to the threat of defamation suits, but a source close to him claims he's prepared to testify in court if necessary. "They were the last couple I believed in. If Remy and Papoose are done, love might really be dead." One Twitter user wrote, "This isn't just a scandal. This is generational trauma on full display, and they're not wrong. Because when fame, family, and identity all clash, the fallout is never simple. It's never just one slap. It's everything leading up to it and everything that follows after." Remy may try to reclaim her voice, she may even try to rebuild. But one thing's for sure, this time the damage wasn't to her reputation. It was to her foundation and the people she hurt the most. Let's move on to the last words. So, we're left wondering how we got here. How did the most devoted couple in hip-hop go from red carpet royalty to family court enemies? How did Father's Day, which was supposed to honor fatherhood, turn into the night that everything fell apart? And most importantly, who is really to blame? Was it Papoose, who finally chose his son over his marriage and refused to remain silent? Or was it the fans, the public image, and the world around them that forced this family to perform perfection until it all snapped? We may never know the whole truth, but one thing is certain, was more than just a scandal. It was a brutal reflection of how even the strongest relationships can fall apart when the foundation isn't based on genuine love but rather public image. Now, we want to know what you think. Did Papoose do the right thing? Should Remy Ma be forgiven? Or are some lines just never meant to be crossed? Was it just a family argument or the last nail in the coffin of the Remy and Pat fairy tale? Please, share your thoughts in the comments below and don't hold back. If you think that real fathers always support their children, please like this video. If you want more unfiltered breakdowns, fake truths, and real drama that hits harder than Reese bars, subscribe.